If you watch my YouTube video, or if you watch my YouTube channel, you know that this isn't kind of like the kind of videos I like to do. It's more of a comedy video channel, bullcrap. I don't know. I'm not really anything, to be honest. I noticed that it was back to school time, and I struggled a lot through high school and middle school and basically every point in my life. Everyone plays high school like it's the best 4 years of my life. It better freaking not be. I hated high school. Okay, I didn't actually hate high school, but it just better not be the best 4 years of my life. I've been out of high school for about 2.5 years now, and I'm already loving life so much more. So I know this isn't what you want to hear, but it gets better. So I wanted to see if I could use the tips that I discovered myself through high school and see if that would, you know, help any of you guys. Because if you're anything like me, you didn't exactly hate high school, but you didn't really want to be there anyways. So I got this little nifty notebook, and I know you won't be able to read it because the light's way too bright, but I wrote a bunch of crap down, and yeah. So one of the first tips I had that helped me a lot was when I woke up, I was always dead tired, and I just wanted to sleep the whole time. If you are not a part of that, you're lying and you're not human. Everyone is freaking tired, everyone. So what I would do is I would set my alarm clock 15 minutes earlier than when I was supposed to wake up, and I would just lay there and plan out what I was supposed to do that day, or think about whatever the frick I wanted. It didn't actually matter, but my mind would just start racing and start thinking, and when I actually got out of bed, I wasn't as tired. I know it sounds stupid, sleeping less would make you less tired, but it really does help. On the same topic of sleeping, coffee is not your friend. That crap is expensive, and it doesn't do enough. You can have it, and it'll make you feel better for the first couple classes, but then you're gonna crash and you're gonna feel even worse. It's like $4 to $6 a cup if you're going to Starbucks, and there's not really a bunch of other places around. So just don't do it. Honestly, like, in my next point, bring a water bottle. Bring it. I don't care if it's plastic, I don't care if it's a $30 billion water bottle, just bring it. Just freaking bring it. It's such a lifesaver. I know it sounds stupid, but you are gonna get so thirsty, and drinking water is just so helpful. I brought that piece of crap everywhere. I had this little green Gatorade bottle, and I brought it everywhere. I drank that no matter what, and it was so much better than just having a stupid drink of coffee or a Monster or whatever. They don't help as much as you wish they would. On your days off, don't sleep in that much. Like, let's say you get up for 7 a.m. every day to get to school. On your day off, don't sleep until 10 or noon or 5 in the afternoon, because I did that. What it does is it screws up your sleep schedule. Your brain's thinking like, whoa, wait, I thought I was supposed to be up a long time ago. And you'll still feel tired, but when you start to go back to school, well, I got up at 10 like a couple days ago, so that's probably the same thing I have to do too. And so when you wake up at 7, you're gonna be so screwed. So again, I know it sounds weird, getting less sleep will make you feel less sleepy, but it really does work. Just try it for a little bit. Another thing I struggled a lot with was talking to my teachers. I did not like the one-on-one part of it. It really kind of stressed me out. So when I had a question, I would just kind of ignore it, and I wouldn't bring it up, I wouldn't ask about it. I'd try and Google it later or something, but it would never work. I've seen a lot of tips online where it's like, if you're confused, just ask your teacher for help. That's what they're there for. And that makes a lot of sense, but I don't want to do that. So I emailed them. I just emailed them. They have it, it's online on the school website. Just email them the question. Honestly, that's all you need to do. I know it sounds stupid, but I didn't even think of it until my sophomore year of high school. And they would answer the question for me, and I just felt a lot better. So that's what I would do. That probably is basic knowledge, but it helped a lot to me. Find out what teachers allow food and drinks in your class. I remember, I think it was my junior year of high school, that my math teacher would let us have food and drink in our classrooms as long as we would clean up after ourselves. And I would plan out the day where I would have little snacks to keep me going, and sometimes they weren't very healthy. But it was Just like, if I can get through this boring class, then I can have a snack here, and that can get me through the rest of the day. Because if you're anything like me, food is your life. Loved it. Don't change yourself to fit in. Literally every YouTube video says this. It's so cliche, but don't freaking change yourself. Everyone changes themselves in high school to fit in. Okay, that's a lie. I changed myself. I wasn't happy, but I thought I was cool. I wasn't. I got in trouble a lot. I was stupid. Just be yourself. Because just picture this. I know there's always that cool group in high school, and they are super awesome and you wish you were a part of them, but they're not anything like you. So if you ditch every single part of your personality to join them, when you graduate or move or anything, what now? You didn't get anything out of that. No one thought you were cool. They obviously didn't. They don't like anyone other than themselves. And now that they're out of high school, that's it. That's all they have to show for it. Just picture yourself 10 years from now. No one wants to be known as the cool kid in high school, because as soon as you get older, all the experiences you've had in high school just becomes this like cringy, awful, don't want to think about it moment. And if you were popular in that, you were the worst of them. I guess another thing about talking with friends is when you go through high school, you're going to discover who you are and change yourself a little bit. This isn't the same thing as changing yourself to fit in. You're just going to change yourself because you're figuring out who you are. So you're going to lose some friends that you had in middle school and elementary school or whatever that you've met, because they're going to do the same thing as well. And that's not your fault. Don't blame yourself. Don't let it bother you. Get over it. You will make more friends. You will be happier with yourself when you realize that this is who you want to be. There's this website called wolframalpha.com, and if you haven't heard of it, it is literally the best website in the entire world. You literally type in whatever the heck you want and it'll come up with the answer for you. I passed my calculus classes because of it. I would not have learned past it any other way. I wasn't like just cheating and like writing down the answers, because it actually shows you step by step how to figure out the problem, which is amazing. I don't know. I could type in some super big calculus problem and it would solve it for me. It would graph it for me, it would do everything. And I could figure out how to do that, which was so helpful. Is don't ditch. It's not worth it. I know it's like I'm turning into a parent, but don't ditch. Like, come on. I know your friends are probably gonna go get some like ice cream or hang out, or you really don't want to go to a class. But our education system is not in a very good point where it doesn't allow you to catch up. If you fall behind, you're kind of screwed. We don't play catch up in high school. You are already starting behind. So being sick is one thing, but if you ditch on purpose, you're gonna fall behind and it just makes it so much worse. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, I was told this was supposed to be amazing and I'm sucking, that must mean I'm an awful human being. It's not. They're lying to you. Some people might like it a lot because that's what they want to do with their lives. I did not. So, yeah. So, hopefully the tips that I'm giving to you help at least a little bit. If you have any other tips, please let me know down in the comments. So, thank you so much for watching. Again, this is not another video. These are not the type of videos I like to make. So if you enjoyed it, please never watch another video of mine. It's not worth it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day and eat more sunscreen. Normally the camera's a lot closer so I can turn it off from here, but now I have to get out. So much work.